What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Guys, we got another playbook edition. I'm excited to bring this one to you. The 4-6 Bear Front, as requested, it's here. Guys, I have a few people asking questions about, can I cover this offensive scheme or this defensive scheme? And a couple of those, guys, I've already covered. There's a playlist on the channel for this college football playbook series. Go to the channel, click on playlist. It's easy to find. Go in there and check it out because I've already done a bunch of these, and go look if it's in here. Watch the video. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But if I haven't covered it, then, let me know and we can cover it. But like I said, go check this first before you ask me to cover a certain playbook because I may have already covered it. Does that make sense? Okay. Also note, guys, I did a video because Ryan Moody did a video talking about something in the trailer that he found, and he's trying to say that it's bad programming. I looked it over. I don't 100% agree, and I did a video on it. But I don't know if I want to upload it because it's coming from a place of negativity because I was quite upset because I'm like, bro, this guy right here, he's just attacking every single thing he can find, and it's annoying because, his foundation is built off of negativity. It really is. He's gotten to 100K subscribers by talking bad about Madden. So I don't know. Guys, let me say this. I'm excited for this game, as you should be. I'm ready for this game, but I also understand that it's a game and that it's going to have bugs. It's going to have its fair share of problems because not a single game that we have ever had and played has been perfect because they are video games created by imperfect people. You know what I'm saying? So, if people are on you about, oh, why y'all hype for this Madden reskin or why y'all hype for this game, blase, blase, da 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 da, be excited, man. Don't let that steal your joy, guys, because we understand that this game is not going to be perfect. They can patch stuff, they can fix stuff, and even if they don't. NCAA 14, as great as it was, it has its problems. Madden 06, 05 was like the greatest Madden. Still had its problems. NFL 2K5, one of the greatest NFL football games ever made. It had bugs. So no game is without errors, man. So enjoy it, okay? I just want to say that and say my stance on it. I probably will do a video about the gameplay itself. It's kind of hard to do that off of a trailer, especially when you don't know what plays are being called. You don't know what's going on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, who dissects a game? But, anyway, I'll do that when we get more gameplay, all right? So, 4-6 Bear, all right? This defense is interesting. It's the 4-6 Bear is not. Can you make this a full defensive scheme? You most definitely can. But a lot of people they'll use this as an addition to what they already do. Okay. And I hope by the end of this video, if I don't confuse you, I'll try my best not to confuse you. But hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a new understanding for this defensive scheme and a new appreciation for it because, guys, this is pretty interesting, okay? First of all, it was created by a defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears named Buddy Ryan, all right? He was the defensive coordinator same time the 85 Bears was around, so you can understand. A big part of their defensive success was because of this defense, but they didn't run this all the time, okay? They trickled it in here and there. And then, they did start running it more because they were dominant at it. Once he got those guys like Mike Singletary and them on board, they did run it a lot more. But they didn't run it just completely every single time. Does that make sense? But they did run it a lot with those guys because if you got those types of guys, if you have a smart backer, if you have a smart safety, you understand guys that understand these concepts, then because you could do a lot out of this defense, okay? Some misconceptions about it is, people think that it's designed just to stop the run and that it's terrible against the pass game, but it's not. It is actually designed to stop the pass because you're creating pressure on the entire offensive scheme. They got so many sacks off of this, it's crazy because somebody is going to come free, all right? Now, is it as effective in today's football as it was back then in the NFL in the 80s? No, because back then a lot of people ran I forms. They was run heavy. They throw the ball some, but they're not doing RPOs. They're not spreading the ball out back then like they are now. Does that make sense? But does that mean that this defense can't still be effective? This defense can still be very effective. Matter of fact, I would implore you when you creating your defensive playbooks to put this in your repertoire, okay? Now, is the game going to run it logically like we understand it in this life? Nah, maybe not. You know, I don't know if they know to do certain adjustments based off of what the defense is doing. But that element is there. Does that make sense? We'll kind of cover all of that. So personnel wise, you know, I always go through personnel. But first, let's talk about the defense itself. The 4-6, like I said, named after, or actually wasn't named after Buddy Ryan. The 4-6 was the strong safety. I think his last name was Finkel. He played for the 85 Bears. And the 4-6 came from here, and the Bear part, of course, from the Chicago Bears. So traditionally, the numbers generally have to do with the number of down linemen, backers, and secondary backs, but the 4-6 doesn't. The 4-6 has nothing to do with any of that. Okay, it was named after the strong safety, the 4-6 was, and then Bear, of course, for the Bear front, or the Chicago Bears. Does that make sense? So personnel-wise, I can't just say you need this, and this. I'll give you a blueprint for that. But like I said, you can run this alignment out of any defense. But there are some very important positions, all right? You're right in. This is the defensive end that's going to be away from your linebacker. So first of all, the linemen. You have 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers that are going to be down on the line of scrimmage as well, okay? So your end that's away from the linebacker side needs to be your most agilic end. He needs to be fast. He needs to be able to move, because there are certain plays, as you can see here on the screen, where he's going to have to go. He's going to have to get out into coverage. So this guy needs to be able to move, okay? He needs to be able to move. Now, as far as your other 3 linemen, think about the same concept as like a 3-3-5 type, okay? These are guys that are just meant to create destruction up the middle in their gaps, okay? The linebacker next to this end needs to be a bruiser. You know what I'm saying? He needs to make stuff happen. The linebacker outside of him needs to be a good coverage linebacker, because there's going to be instances where he's going to have to be out here in coverage. And I ain't talking about like dropping out in the hook to curl. He may have to come out here and cover a slot receiver, okay? This linebacker here is normally your Mike, who is your best linebacker, your smartest linebacker. Your free safety needs to be extremely smart. And your safety, your strong safety that's rolled down into a backer position, he needs to be your best run-stopping safety. Does that make sense? And if you don't have one that's good at the run, stopping the run, then I would say your best coverage, your second best, or probably your first best coverage linebacker needs to be here, because he's definitely going to need to be out here sometimes. Does that make sense? All right. Your corners, I would say they need to be really good at man coverage, because a good coverage, they're going to be in man a lot. They're going to be manned up a lot. Okay. So alignment-wise, this end is normally in a 5 technique. Okay. This defensive tackle is going to be in a tight 3 technique. Normally, a normal 3 technique, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, linemen, coaches, and lineman players who know this, their outside shoulder, or their inside shoulder, that's the shoulder closest to the center, needs to be on the, I think it's the guard's outside shoulder. All right, let's look at my little thing. Oh, I don't even have it pulled up there. He needs to be in a tight 3 technique. This defensive tackle, he's going to be head up in a 0. He's going to be head up on the center. This end, same thing, a tight 3 technique. He's going to be on the outside shoulder of the guard. All right. His face mask needs to be, well, I say that because, dang, it's going to be in the game. So you can't tell the players in the game, hey, put your face mask on his outside shoulder. But maybe we're getting some real life knowledge here as well. A tight 3 technique. It needs to be so tight of a 3 technique that it needs to look like a 2 technique. But it's not a 2 technique. All right. He's going to be in a 5 technique. And this linebacker is either going to be head up on the tight end or possibly in a 9, outside shade of the tight end, okay? But he's more responsible for covering the tight end, okay? Just understand that. The goal, like I said, is to create as much pressure as possible Not just on the quarterback, but on the run game, on the pass game, on whatever the offense wants to do. And the way that you do that is you want to outnumber the number of blockers. In the box, there needs to be more defenders in the box than they have blockers. Okay? You don't count the quarterback and you don't count the running back. Does that make sense? Somebody is coming free. Somebody is coming free somewhere. And yes, there are adjustments to this, and we'll go over that based off of formations, okay? So let's look at a few formations, and I'll tell you this, okay? So what I mean by more blockers than they have, more guys in the box than they have blockers. Let's say then this two-back formation, okay? This first one right here, all right. They've got, what, 6 guys up front, and they have a fullback. So the way that you would count that, remember, we don't count the tailback, we don't count the quarterback. You would say they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that can be potential blockers. All right. So going back to my diagram here, I have 6 guys here. I have 7 and I have 8. I would leave this box exactly how it is. Okay. Going against this offense. My corner manned up here, my corner manned up here, and I have a free safety unaccounted for. Okay. Now, from there, you can do stunts, you can do twists, you can do blitzes, you can run whatever you want to run schematic wise. Okay, as you can see here in these few plays that are here, and there's a lot more that you could do off of this. You can do whatever you want at that point. Okay, but I want to note something here. Okay, this strong safety and this linebacker, they're going to be reading that line, and whatever opens up, they're going. Now, if you happen to call a blitz, okay, you can do another thing here with the free safety. And this is a real life thing. I don't know so much if the game can do this, but this is some real life stuff. If this safety is blitzing, okay, if there is a called blitz, okay, because if you don't call a blitz, let's say we're running cover 1 or we're running a cover 3 concept, these 2 guys, their role is to find a hole and go. They need to be so efficient at it is so that it looks like they're blitzing. If you watch them, oh, did they blitz? No, man. They found the hole open and they went through it. Does that make sense? Now, if you happen to actually call a blitz, and this is a real life schematic wise with this, the free safety's job is to replace whichever backer is blitzing. If both of them is blitzing, he just comes down. He doesn't replace any of them. All right. But let's say I call a blitz with the strong safety here. Strong safety blitzes, whatever gap. He's supposed to relay that to the defensive lineman as to where he wants them to go so that he can blitz the opposite gap. That way they're not plugging up the wrong gaps, plugging up the same gaps. Does that make sense? That's why you need a smart backer here. But anyway, let's say the strong safety blitzes here. The free safety is going to come and replace him. Okay? Why? Because now I can account for this running back. Does that make sense? All right. Same formation here, same personnel. All 3 of these have the exact same personnel. You're going to play all 6 of these formations the same way. Why? Because they all have 6 blockers or 7. Okay. Where it gets tricky at, so against the run, yes, this offense is great against the run. Your corners would just be manned up and you got a free man. You're overloading the box. You got more defenders in the box than what they can block. So somebody's coming free somewhere, and the free safety needs to be a dog because he got to be downhill to clean it up. Your corner's locked up in man. All right. Where it gets tricky is when we get to the spread formations. You get what I'm saying? Because now let's say here, they're in the empty set. All right. You got 5 blockers here. Okay. So how many do I need? All I need is 6. All I need is 6 guys in the box. Okay. Empty set. I'm going to just close out of this one so I don't accidentally click on it. So I got 3 receivers here and 2 over here. All right. So I need my corner to cover here. Remember, this is a coverage backer. He can bounce out here. Okay. My free safety now would have to come and cover that 3rd receiver. Okay. Remember, I told you this backer needs to be able to cover. He's covering number 1, and they're not going to be a man, but I got 3 receivers over here, this formation here. So I'm going to have my corner here. My backer more than likely here or on the number 2, and then my free safety over here. So I've got those 3 defenders over there covering. On this side, guess what's going to have to happen, okay? I'm going to need my corner to cover here, and I'm going to need my strong safety to cover here on this number 2 receiver here. So I got a corner and a safety covering here. I got a backer, a free safety, and a corner covering over here. All right. So I'm taking away one guy. I'm removing 2 guys out of the box. So that leaves me with 6 guys. But remember, I'm at an advantage still. Why? Because they only have 5. You see what I'm saying? So you can still adjust to what, if you can adjust to an empty set, bro, you can adjust to anything. Okay. Let's say they over here in the diamond, they got quads. No problem. Corner over here locked up. On this side, I got a corner. I got my free safety. I got my linebacker, and I'll have my strong safety to this side. And guess who I still got in the box? I still got my middle linebacker. I still got my 2 defensive ends, and I got my 2 defensive tackles. They are still outnumbered. Okay? Doubles. In my traditional spread set, remember, I don't count the running back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No problem. I got a corner here, corner here. All right. I could do several things with the spread set, with the doubles. I can either have my backer slide out here against this guy, and my strong safety slide out against this guy, and my free safety over the top. Or you can keep that backer here, bring the free safety over here, bring the strong safety here, man up everybody. There's several different things you can do so long as your box is still intact, because I'm still going to have my 4 down linemen, and I'm going to have my linebacker here, so I'm still outnumbering them. Does that make sense? A spread set, looking at it from this formation. I got 2 receivers over here, corner here. I can have this backer here come out on that slot receiver. And then over here, I got a corner here, have him on him, and I can have my free safety come over here. So I still have my other linebacker, my 4 down lineman, and then my 2 backers, or my backer and my strong safety on the inside, or a free safety over the top. It's still covered. You see what I'm saying? Because they only have, in this particular formation, 5 guys. So all I need is 6. Everybody else can be in coverage with a man free over the top to take care of the running back. All right. Trips, same concept. All I need is 5 guys. Everybody else can be in coverage. All right. We did it against the empty set. It's even easier against trips because I don't have to account for the running back. Corner's manned up here. I got a corner here. My end backer, he's here. My free safety's over here. Okay. My linebacker's here. He'd shift over a little bit. And then my strong safety would stay put. My linemen stay the same. All right. Now, my tight end set. Okay, let's look at this formation right here with the tight end. Corner will be manned up here. Over here, my other corner's manned up. Remember my tight end here, so I need to keep that linebacker there. Okay, so because I'm keeping a linebacker here, okay, remember my 3 technique is my defensive end. Head up is my other defensive tackle. Okay, my other D tackle is in a 3 technique. And then I have my other right end in a 5. So guess who's going to come on here? The strong safety. Free safety's over the top. Or if you want to keep the box intact, I can run my free safety right here. Strong safety right there, middle linebacker right there. Like, bro, you get what I'm saying with this defense, man? 2 tight end set, no problem. Wing set, no problem. Like, you can adjust out of this defense. Now, can you do this in the video game? That I don't know. Like, it would be so cool if you could program them to actually do this. I don't think that you could, but it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Looking at cover 1, if they was in the man and they was in trips, he would be manned up on number 1. He would be manned up on number 2. And now the problem is you would probably have this linebacker manned up on number 3, and you don't want that. But the game, because he's a safety, would probably either roll him back and have the free safety roll down on number 3. You can manually do that. All right. So guys, this defense is legit. For people that think you can't play the pass in this defense, you most definitely can. And guys, I'm going to do an experiment. I have to see, can you do those same concepts in the actual game? Because you can do that easily. The way I just read through all of that, that's how I would do it if I was teaching it to my high school players. But can you do that in the game? If I got trips, are they going to know that this backer needs to come out here and not put this linebacker out there too? Because if he's in a cover 1, are they going to put the strong safety over there? If it's an empty set, he would go. He's over the top, trips over here, bam, bam. Are they going to put the backer on him? Because the free safety would need to be the one that would be on him. But if it's cover 1, somebody's got to be back in cover 1. You get what I'm saying? But in real life, it's easy to tell them, hey, if we're in the cover 1 and they're in the trips, you got to scratch that cover 1. Hey, we got to go we got to go. It ain't even a coverage on here for it. That's what's crazy. If I got Trips over here, yeah, he could definitely play over the top. But, I wouldn't go 3-man anyway against a Trips. But, a cover 3 would work. The cover 3 would work. But the problem is they would probably try to put this linebacker manned up on a receiver. So you can have these two backers here manned up on somebody when they don't need to be. Empty set. Man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if the game is going to program it in that regard, guys, but that's how the 4-6 work, dog. This is a beast of a defense because the goal is, as long as I keep more guys in the box than they have guys to block, these guys are bringing the heat every single play. Like I said, so much so that it looks like these guys are blitzing when they're not necessarily blitzing. They're just finding an open gap and they are going. This guy here is finding the ball and he's stopping it. They're responsible for pass. Unless they come out, like I said, in some of these pass coverages or some of these pass formations, all right? Same thing on this one. If they're running wishbone, perfect. Perfect, because now they got 5 guys here, 6, 7, okay? I don't count the running back. Guess how many guys I got? 8. We just leave this exactly how it is. You got a free safety over the top, and then you locking up these 2 guys man to man. That free safety is just flowing to the ball. If flow goes over here, 2 blockers here, they're accounted for it. Free safety going to come free. Somebody is coming free in this defense. You get what I'm saying? Even if you line them up in empty, there is still going to be 1 free rusher. That is amazing. Let me know what y'all think, man. If there's something I need to explain more with this, guys, let me know because I'll be sitting here talking for an hour about this defense alone. I can't remember who asked me to cover this, but I'm so glad you did because, bro, I'm finna put this defense in my repertoire. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, man. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.
EA Sports. It's in the game.